Hi, I'm Becky, and this is a gentle, short class for just busting tension in the upper back, shoulders and neck. So let's just start with a couple of head rolls. So when you're ready, just dropping the chin towards the chest. Inhale, rolling up the right collarbone, all the way out to the side, up and over. Enjoy the feelings in the neck, and then down along the left collarbone. Just do one more round in this direction. It's like you're painting a circle with the chin, and you want to feel the stretch in a different place at each degree of the circle. And then when you've gone 2 rounds, change direction. If you get to a tight bit, just slow down. Don't rush through the tight bits. And then just gently lifting the head, coming back up. We're going to interlace the fingers with the knuckles pointing away. We're going to inhale, lift the hands up and away, opening the chest. And we're going to take a little bend into the elbows and bring the hands round to the right, still interlaced, and squeeze the right elbow in towards the left, as if you're squeezing a ball between the elbows, and then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel that stretch on the left side of the neck. Keep squeezing that right elbow in. And then release the right elbow, lift the head. Again, inhale, stretch the hands out behind you. If you wish, reverse the bind, so put the other little finger on the outside, knuckles pointing away from you, and then take that little bend into the elbows, bring the hands around to the left, squeeze the left elbow towards the right, and keep that pressure up as we drop the left ear to the left shoulder. So only the head moves. Notice if this side is easier or tighter. Nice slow deep breaths here. And then lifting the head, inhale, stretching them up behind you, the hands up behind you one more time. And exhale, bringing the hands back down. Just ease the shoulders if you need. We're going to inhale, take the hands up above the head, interlace the fingers, press the palms up, draw the shoulders down away from the ears, draw the belly in. Taking a big breath here, in, and then as you exhale, take the right hand to the left knee, and take the left hand behind you and look towards or over your left shoulder, twisting in the spine. And then on an inhale, unwind back to the center, and just go the other way as you exhale. Bring the left hand onto the right knee, right hand behind you, look towards or over your right shoulder. And then inhale to the center. We're going to come onto our hands and knees, so carefully find your way onto your hands and knees. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to do some cat-cows for the spine, so inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, shoulders back, looking up. Exhale, tailbone under, press through the hands, stretch the spine to the ceiling, chin to the chest. Let's do a couple more. Inhaling cow, belly drop, shoulders back, looking up, use your eye muscles. Exhale, tailbone under, press through the hands, look down the tip of the nose. One more in your breath rhythm. Inhaling the cow, the belly low, tailbone high. Exhale, tailbone tucks, shoulders up, stretching up to the ceiling, and then come to a neutral spine. Keep the hips where they are over the knees and walk the hands forward. And then drop the chest towards the floor. So bring the forehead to the floor, or a block if you need, or the chin. And take some slow, deep breaths. If this is too strong for you, just be more active in the arms. Lift the elbows. One more deep breath. And then at the end of the exhale, pressing through the hands, lifting the head, walking the hands back in. Just walk the knees forward to meet the hands. We're going to come to a kneeling position. Make sure you've got space behind you to go back, so you're kind of in the middle or further towards the front of the mat. So we're going to take a baby camel. So we're going to bring the hands behind us with the fingertips pointing forwards. Lean into the hands and inhale, lift the hips. You can keep the chin tucked in, or if it feels comfortable to do so, drop the head all the way back. This is a lovely, great opener for the chest and the front of the shoulders. Pressing through the hands, breathing into the chest. Big breaths into the front body. Keep lifting those hips. Feel like the thighs are rolling towards each other, like you're squeezing a block between the thighs. And then exhale, lowering the hips down. Gently bring the head back to neutral and walk the hands back in. And we come to sit in a kneeling position and just have the hands on the thighs for a moment. We're just going to take a gentle counter twist. So inhale at the center and exhale, just bring left hand onto right thigh, right hand to the floor behind you, or if it doesn't find the floor, just dangling is fine. And just a very gentle twist, drop the tailbone, draw the lower belly in. Just to ease out the spine after the back bend. Inhale back to the center, exhale, right hand onto left thigh, left hand behind you. Maybe it touches the floor, maybe it doesn't. Tailbone drops, belly draws in. Nice deep breaths. And then if you're comfortable kneeling, we're just going to stay for a little bit longer. If you need to swap to cross legs, that's fine. We're just going to take 2 shoulder openers. So take the hands forward, palms together. Inhale, stretch and open the hands wide. And as you exhale, bring the left arm on top of the right and either hold your opposite shoulder and drop the head, or wrap the forearms and the hands into Garudasana, lifting the elbows up in line with the shoulders, hands pressing away from the face. So if you're in Garudasana arms, the chin's lifted. If you're holding opposite shoulder, the chin is dropped. Breathe into the upper back. Stretch and open the back with your breath. And at the end of your exhale, just release the bind and inhale, stretch wide again. And exhale, right arm on top of left now. Hold opposite shoulder, drop chin, or wrap the forearms, wrap the hands, lift elbows, press hands forward. Big breaths into the upper back, whichever option you choose. Really focus on those big breaths. And then release. You may need a yoga strap for this next one or something. And if you don't, something similar, if you don't have anything, you can modify. We can modify. Bring the right hand up towards the ceiling, drop the fingertips down the spine. Use your left hand on the front of the elbow to pull up and push down. You can stay here, this is enough. Or take the left hand out to the side, palm facing behind you, bring the elbow close in and walk the fingertips up the spine, and you may find the finger hook. You may find your opposite finger as I'm showing here. If not, if your strap is handy, hold the strap in the right hand and find another part with the left hand. If you don't have anything and you can't find the fingers, use the material of your top. Just hold on to something. Or take the first option. Okay, one more breath. And exhale, release. Move the shoulders if you need. And then inhale, take the left arm up, drop the fingertips down the spine. Right fingertips on the front of the elbow, pull up, push down, stay here. Or right arm out to the side, palm faces behind, elbow comes close into the side. We bend at the elbow, walk the fingers up the spine. Maybe we find the fingers, if not, use the strap or the material on your top, or come back to the first option. Taking a couple more slow, deep breaths here again, directing the breath into the upper back, keeping that left armpit open, our upper arm in line with the ear, chin lifted. And at the end of the exhale, release and just move the shoulders if you need. Okay, coming to sit down, we're going to take a seated twist. So we're going to stretch the right leg out in front of us, and we're going to bring the left foot to the outside of the right knee. And then left hand behind us as a prop. We're going to inhale, stretch up through the right side, exhale, twist towards the bent knee, and we can hug the knee into the crook of the elbow, or if we can press the elbow to the outside of that left thigh, looking over the left shoulder. So it's like we're pressing elbow into thigh and pressing back with the thigh. Right toes are up towards the ceiling, right leg is active, drawing the lower belly back towards the spine. Breathing deep. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, looking forward. Exhale, unwind, and we'll swap sides. Left leg out, bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Right hand behind you. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, twist towards the bent leg. Either hug the knee into the crook of the elbow or press the elbow to the outer thigh, looking over or towards your right shoulder. Lift up through the spine. Keep left leg active, toes up to the ceiling. Press down through the right foot, belly drawing in. Deep breaths. And then at the end of your exhale, we inhale, look forward, exhale, unwind. Okay, we're just going to briefly come onto our bellies. So find your way onto your belly. Just to work to strengthen the back. This really helps prevent back pain. So we're going to do a cobra and a sphinx. So bring the hands underneath the shoulders, draw the shoulders back, forehead on the floor. And then we inhale, lift the chin in the chest. So just the chin in the chest. We're using the back muscles, we're not using the hands. Feel the strength of the back here. Lift, lift, lift. Keep the breath flowing. Try to relax the buttocks, press down through the tops of the feet to activate the legs. And then we're just going to slide the hands forward and prop ourselves up on the elbows. So elbows underneath shoulders now, so we're in the sphinx now. And it's like we're pulling the floor back towards us without actually moving the arms. You should feel a stretch on the front of your belly. Press the pubic bone down, relax the buttocks, press the tops of the feet down. Feel a sense of extension through the spine, like an invisible string is pulling up on the crown of your head. Sides of the neck are long, shoulders moving back and down. Buttocks relax, couple more breaths. And then exhale, lowering down. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift the belly up to the spine and press through the hands to bring yourself up. We're going to take a forward fold as a counter pose. We're going to take the wide leg forward fold. So find yourself in a seated position again and take the legs wide as is comfortable, with the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. And then just maybe staying upright might be enough for you already, but otherwise we're just going to take a walk forward with the hands until we feel our limit here on the inner thigh. We're going to drop the head and just take some slow, deep breaths, breathing into the lower back. This is counterposing the back work we just did on our bellies, as well as stretching into the legs. Slow, deep breaths. One more deep breath here, really make it count. And then at the end of the exhale, just walking the hands back in. Bring your hands behind your knees, just bring everything together for a moment. Just hug the knees, drop the head. Breathe into the lower back, rounding the spine here. And then we're ready for Shavasana. So come to lie down, feet slightly wider than the hips, arms away from the side, palms up. If your lower back still feels a little bit tender, you could always just bend the knees for a moment for the first 30 seconds. We're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. And just let the breath be natural now. Let the body become heavy. Notice how you feel after the practice. And if you've had your knees bent, maybe at this point we can stretch the legs forward into full Shavasana, feet wider than the hips, flopping out to the side. And just relax, let go of any effort. Okay, and if you have longer to stay in Shavasana, then that's great, stay here. If you're finishing with me, we're just going to bring some movement back to the fingers and the toes. Maybe stretch the arms overhead, take a big stretch. Maybe bring the knees into the chest, just give yourself a little hug. And then rolling to one side, gently pressing yourself back up to seated. And just to close. So thank you for sharing this practice with me. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you soon. Namaste.